Bro, when people, what I got from that is he's a hater. You don't know me as a person. Let's say you don't like me. Like, you don't know me. Like, you feel me? And I don't give a fuck. Him. If everybody in the crew, I mean, with him.
Gervonta Davis speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight?
Yeah, if he want to dare to be great.
Big guys alone, stop trolling them, right? They're the best 147 pounders in the world, and they're the best 140 pounders for a reason.
Gervonta Davis lit up X with a bold claim, saying that after Crawford's triumph over Canelo, he's convinced he could take him down too, even vowing, "I'd swing on him for real." With fiery determination, he dared the doubters to watch his next moves, promising relentless training and demanding the respect he feels he deserves in boxing, aiming for a chance to prove he belongs among the sport's legends. But while fans and experts were still stunned by Terence Crawford's incredible victory over Canelo Alvarez, a win many thought could never happen, Davis stirred controversy by brushing it aside, declaring he himself could beat Crawford. His words sparked backlash from analysts, who insisted that whether or not Davis wanted to give Crawford credit, belittling such a groundbreaking achievement was disrespectful, unworthy of a fellow fighter, and a slap in the face to a historic moment in boxing.
It dominated a first ballot Hall of Famer, a 4-division champion, a 2-time undisputed super middleweight, and was the reigning undisputed 168-pound super middleweight world champion. Superstar boxer, Saul Canelo Alvarez, who is now 63 wins, 3 losses, 2 draws, 39 wins by way of knockout. And Gervonta "Tank" Davis, I'm not even gonna read off his accolades, because what he did is just nasty work. And this is your king that y'all be praising. Gervonta "Tank" Davis, instead of applauding the accomplishments, just tip your hat. Just tip your hat. Hey, salute. And if you don't want to salute him, guess what? Just don't say nothing. Just don't say nothing. If you don't want to salute that man, just don't say nothing. Right? And so, Gervonta "Tank" Davis takes to social media because the boxing world is praising Terence Crawford for what he did. After Gervonta "Tank" Davis, when the fight was announced and when Terence Crawford was saying he wanted to go up from 154 to 168, Gervonta "Tank" Davis said he was doing it for the money, not for the legacy.
Long before this heated drama unfolded, Crawford had already spoken openly about Gervonta Davis, making no secret of his views. He bluntly stated that Davis wasn't the type to risk facing fighters who posed a real threat, painting him instead as someone who talked big while sidestepping the toughest battles. Crawford went even further, admitting he simply didn't like Davis at all, which means that if these two ever step into the same ring, it wouldn't just be about competition. It would be fueled by something far more personal.
Never. He would never even think about to come up to 154.
What about 47 though?
Yes, if he get to pick his opponent. But Tank would never come from 35 to 54.
Y'all got into it on social media around that time. Is that just you being competitive, like when that happens, or is it like...
I just really don't like that dude.
Why though?
Cause I just don't like him. Like, I really don't like him. That's like
just not your cup of tea. That's just not your...
I don't like nothing about him. I just felt like, he just one of these little arrogant little dudes that's using what he got to shield him. He got a lot of security guards around him, and he in the limelight and stuff like that. But in certain situations, he wouldn't be acting like that.
Do you like him as a fighter though?
Yeah, he's a damn good fighter.
Yeah.
But like his core personality and his ways.
Bill Haney, father and trainer of Devin Haney, jumped into the debate as well, brushing off Davis's bold claims and making it clear that Tank could never pull off what Crawford accomplished. In Haney's view, Davis needed to quit chasing bigger names just for headlines and concentrate on the fighters in his own division. He argued that Tank should stick to his rightful weight class instead of stirring up drama with champions far outside his range, calling the entire outburst nothing more than a desperate grab for publicity.
Ask your thoughts on Tank saying he'd knock out Terence in 6 rounds. You think he was playing, trolling, what? Selling tickets to his new fight?
Was that like his tweets? Like he's
Nah, he said it
on video.
Huh?
He said audio. He said it. He's like, if I tap that chin, you know he chinny.
Listen, Terence has already hired us for any of the little guys. Anybody 130, 26, 30, 35, you know, Gary Russell, Tank Davis, you cannot go to get to Terence Crawford without going through us. Rolly Romero, leave Earl Spence alone. You see what I'm saying? You come over here and you get that ass whipping too. You know what I mean? Leave them big guys alone. Stop trolling them, right? They're the best 147 pounders in the world, and they're the best 140 pounders for a reason.
Trainer Greg Hackett spoke with fiery admiration about Terence Crawford's victory over Canelo Alvarez, calling it one of the greatest milestones in modern boxing. He stressed that Crawford has nothing left to prove after achieving something the sport hadn't witnessed in generations. Hackett reminded fans that not since legends like Bob Fitzsimmons and Henry Armstrong had anyone climbed through divisions and dismantled a fighter as respected as Canelo. What made it historic, he argued, wasn't luck or a close call. It was the flawless, dominant way Crawford won, leaving no doubt about who was superior. For Hackett, this performance cemented Crawford's place among the all-time greats, elevating him into legendary status. He insisted that critics no longer have the right to question Crawford's legacy because his achievements already speak louder than any defense. In Hackett's eyes, Crawford has erased every doubt ever thrown his way. And instead of entertaining negativity, he should now simply embrace and enjoy the glory of true greatness.
Held them all at the same time. Legendary shit. He goes in there and beats arguably the best fighter or one of the best fighters of his era.
Yeah.
Regardless of weight class.
Yeah.
What was your thoughts on the performance?
The performance was like clean. Like it was real. It was times where it was close calls. Like it looked like Canelo might. Damn, Canelo might get him right here. You know what I mean? Bud found a way out, slip up out of there. He was working behind his jab real good, footwork real good, you know, setting the pace. He was creating what I like to call spider web in there. You know what I'm saying? That's basically setting traps with your movement. The part I didn't expect was for Canelo to really approach Bud like Bud, you know, like he was just gonna punch on Bud. He was looking. What I mean by that is Canelo when he would hit Bud to his hips or like on the shoulder, because I seen him do it a few times. He was like Canelo was like looking for those results that he usually get when he do those things. And I was like, I can't believe he looking at Bud like that. Like he really trying to play Bud. I mean, on the low. He know Bud can fight, but it was like, I'm gonna hit, all right, when I hit you on your hip, you gonna act right. I mean, when I hit you on your shoulders, you gonna act right. And you could tell Canelo's been spoiled over the years. Canelo's gotten better, a lot better. And Canelo is a legend for sure. But you could tell he's imposed his will on a lot of guys and won off of his poker face alone. You know what I mean? Along with the punishing shots.
Even though Terence Crawford has never hidden his dislike for Gervonta Davis, he hasn't shut the door on a potential clash. Crawford has been clear, if Davis is truly serious, he needs to move up to 147 pounds, where the fight can take place on equal ground. For Crawford, such a showdown wouldn't just silence Davis's endless trash talk, it would also give him yet another chance to showcase his dominance against a big-name rival. In his eyes, the decision lies fully with Davis. If Tank really believes he can win, he must prove it inside the ring instead of throwing bold words from the outside. Crawford's stance reflects complete confidence, as he welcomes the challenge while knowing the odds would still lean heavily in his favor.
Gervonta Davis speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight?
Yeah, if he want to dare to be great, he can be like all the other fighters that's moving up 2 weight classes and, you know, daring to be great.
You would fight him.
Man, tell him to come up there.
He got to come to win 54.
He said I got a glass chin. So tell him to come and touch it.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Gervonta said you got a glass.
He said I got a glass chin. Tell him to come and touch it.
At 147?
At 147.
Oh,
I'll make 147 for him.
Ooh, see, oh, man.
You're going to have a pre-camp.
Then what the people going to say? Oh, he's beating up on little guys.
I don't know.
DJ Rom, a highly regarded voice in boxing commentary, praised Terence Crawford for his unmatched skill set and complete command of the sport. To him, Crawford isn't just another great fighter. He's one of the rare few who can execute every aspect of boxing at the highest level. Rom emphasized that Crawford's real brilliance lies in his adaptability, whether he's facing a knockout puncher, a slick counter-puncher, or an aggressive pressure fighter. What separates him, Rom explained, is the way he flawlessly weaves offense and defense together, adjusting with precision and forcing opponents to constantly doubt their own game plan. He described Crawford as a once-in-a-generation talent whose mastery of distance, timing, and angles puts him in a class of his own. For Rom, watching Crawford isn't simply watching a fight. It's witnessing artistry, where every move feels like a deliberate stroke on a masterpiece. Beyond titles and accolades, he sees Crawford as a true problem solver in the ring, capable of dismantling any style thrown at him. This consistency and dominance, Rom concluded, ensures that Crawford's legacy will remain untouchable for years to come.
Clearly, outboxed him like I said he would. You know, Bud is special, man. He can adapt. He can make adjustments. There's nothing he can't do. I was a little worried because in the beginning when the fight was announced, because of Canelo's power, Bud coming up, they're like, oh, he come up 2 weight classes. I consider it he came up 3 because he only had 1 fight at 154.
Yeah, 1 fight at 54.
Yeah, right.
So I feel like it's 3 weight classes in 2 fights.
Right.
Yeah.
So with that right there, that was a big thing because Canelo is strong. Canelo does hit hard. He got power, and he's comfortable at 168. You understand what I'm saying? He's more comfortable. I didn't know if the weight was going to do something to Bud, but I know there was ways that he could outbox him easily. He did it. Towards the closer to the fight date, I changed my stance on it and leaned more to Bud, which was a good thing because my prediction was right yesterday on it, and he just outboxed him, outclassed him. He showed people. And I think he still followed a bit of the Mayweather blueprint. You know, Canelo has to plant his feet all the time to throw off his power, to let off his power shots. He has to just make that quick stop. It's real quick, like a millisecond. That's all Bud needs to move out the way. Bud sets him up to get a reaction. By the time Canelo goes to throw that punch, Bud slips to the side and catches him that way. Bah-bah. It's too late. You know what I mean? For Canelo to, his planning of the feet to throw his power punches, if more people figure that out and really take that into consideration in their training camps, I think he would have more losses. But a lot of them fear the power, like a skull.
Even after pulling off such a rare and historic achievement, many analysts noticed that a large number of fans and commentators still held back from giving Terence Crawford the full recognition he deserved. They suggested that part of the hesitation came from favoritism toward Canelo, who has long been adored, particularly by his Mexican fan base. At the same time, they pointed out that Crawford, as an African-American fighter, has often been subjected to unfair bias within the sport. To critics, the mixed reactions to Crawford's victory revealed that this moment went beyond boxing itself. It exposed deeper issues of popularity, race, and perception that continue to shape the way fighters are judged.
It's enough for a guy to come 2 to 3 weight divisions lower. Well, so you would be asking a guy to literally just stand there like this new slap exercise, slap me and I slap you. That's not boxing, and that's extremely sour grapes. And my advice to you is this: although most times people will stay on cold, there's there's exceptions to the rules where people will say, I'm not going that far. You know what I mean? Like by our administration right now that's governing the New Russia. They do a lot of illegal things on a daily. But this pedophilia, some people are saying, no, I'm jumping off the boat on this one. I'm going to go with protecting the kids. I mean, I'll go with you with a lot of stuff, but protecting the kids is kind of important to me. Should be, right? It should be,
level. So it should be, you know, where you just like, you don't go a certain length, right? You know, it should be borders. So to say, okay, I don't go past that line. And the line should be pedophilia. Or a line should be no objectivity at all in the world of boxing. You saw a great performance, and Canelo just lost, right? This guy is just a better fighter, right? If he can come up from that weight division and stand in the pocket most of the time, and still win. If you are saying that you don't want Canelo to be able to cut the ring off with this guy that didn't really run at all, then you're basically saying, well, listen, let's just stand and slug. And that's brawling, right? That has nothing to do with boxing. And so people are going to jump off that. And here's something else that's going to happen to you people right now with sour grapes and are racists running around just saying ridiculousness, right? Because you're disappointed.
Rising prospect Hamza Shiraz also praised Terence Crawford, describing him as a ruthless machine once the bell rings. Shiraz noted that Crawford has never struggled to deal with any style, always finding a way to come out on top no matter the challenge. His comments reflected the deep respect that the younger generation of fighters has for Crawford, recognizing him as the benchmark of greatness in the sport. For Shiraz, Crawford's dismantling of Canelo only reinforced what he already believed, that Crawford operates on a level very few in boxing can ever hope to reach.
To him, so he said it about himself in the post-fight press conference yesterday. He goes, my mind wants to do it, he goes, my body can't. Doesn't mean he's totally shot. He's not totally shot. He's still a great fighter, and someone I could definitely see myself in the ring with pretty soon.
And beating?
Yeah, definitely. It would have been kind of nice for him to get the win and then me to fight him and then potentially have beaten him. But yeah, God has a different plan.
Look, it still could be Canelo. I don't know when. The plan's obviously a little bit ruined, but do you believe you'd stop Canelo Alvarez, Hamza?
Do I believe I'd stop him? I believe I've got a good chance of doing so.
Crawford's longtime trainer, Brian Bomac McIntyre, shared his thoughts on what the future might hold, making it clear that chasing a showdown with David Benavidez isn't likely. Instead, he hinted that Crawford may simply step back, vacate, and enjoy some well-earned rest, rather than forcing himself into unnecessary battles. Bomac's words highlighted that Crawford has reached a point where he no longer needs to prove anything to anyone. He has earned the right to move forward on his own terms. With his legacy already secured, Crawford now has the freedom to focus on his personal goals instead of bending to the pressure of critics.
Benavidez can make 168. Maybe he has plans or ideas of maybe trying to match up Benavidez and Terence Crawford.
No, we ain't doing that fight.
Maybe planning on vacating the belts?
No, we ain't gonna vacate the belts. You know, we just gonna sit where we need to sit for a minute, and then, just like I said, get back in the gym and do our thing. And he don't want that.
No. So what does this performance prove about the end of sparring? You guys are largely
I told you it don't make no difference. Didn't I say it? I said that don't mean shit. I don't give a damn about that. I said that, didn't I? In one of those interviews, I said that. Don't mean shit, because he's no Bud Crawford. I'm not taking nothing from Ennis, Bozy, them over there, they're my guys.
Boxing legend Evander Holyfield also shared his thoughts on Crawford's triumph, applauding the performance as nothing short of extraordinary. He pointed to Crawford's timing, footwork, and ring intelligence as the qualities that set him apart from ordinary champions. For Holyfield, this wasn't just another win. It was a showcase of pure mastery that reminded the world of what true greatness in boxing looks like. And when such praise comes from a legend of Holyfield's stature, it carries a weight that only reinforces Crawford's place among the very best.
What do you think of Crawford's performance over Canelo?
Oh, it was super.
Super.
Because the thing is that when you got both of the guys are good.
Right.
I just think that when you have two guys, the smaller guy is a guy that don't have the punching power, but he has the skills that's necessary.
Crawford.
Yeah.
So you were very impressed with his performance? Would you say?
Well, yeah. The point of the matter is, I knew if it came down to if somebody got knocked out, I thought Crawford would probably get knocked out.
Yeah.
But I know about boxing.
That wraps up today's video. Thanks for watching, and be sure to stay tuned for more. Until next time.